Hi everybody. Recently, Amber has been deleting videos. She deleted over 1 million views worth of videos. Her and Libby have been really creepy with Libby. And I thought the only other video I know of Amber deleting is the one where she accuses Casey of grape. Sorry, I have to say grape. And I thought, I bet most people haven't seen that. People talk about it, but I thought, I bet most haven't seen that actually. So we're going to watch it now. Thankfully, a channel kept it called Exposing ALR. So thank you very much for keeping it. Otherwise, be gone forever. So we're going to watch it now. Amber didn't want anyone to see this. She uploaded it. Didn't receive the sympathy she was expecting. Especially when Casey uploaded his video. So anyway, we're going to watch it now.
Hey you guys, so I wanted to make a video about something that I haven't really talked about really. I'm sorry if this video is like all over the place. I'm not going to edit it or anything because I can't. My edit.
Before we get into this, she's already accused, like at this point, loads of people of SA, of assault, all that stuff. Loads of people already, so here's another one for her to accuse.
The system is just not working. So I was recently talking to someone who had no idea that I was in an abusive relationship before, and they told me how girls who...
She recently accused Zachary Michael of being abusive, so she doesn't really know what that word means. She just throws it around as if it's nothing.
But anyways, back to Zach. His response to me was like a misogynistic rant of nothing but like curse words, and just, it was horrible. It was like verbally abusive. It truly makes me feel unsafe. His response was abusive. I was recently talking to someone who had no idea that I was in an abusive relationship before, and they told me how girls who stay in abusive relationships are just lazy.
Who? She's done the buggy thing of, oh, a friend of mine, I was talking to somebody that don't exist. I was talking to somebody recently who didn't know I was in this type of relationship, and they said girls who stay in those relationships are lazy. Like, no, not a chance, man.
And that they like to be abused.
Who?
Now, I from firsthand witnessed my dad abusing my mother my whole childhood. There were knives involved, hair pulling to the point of wads of hair would just come out in his hands. I witnessed my mom having a broken nose, broken teeth, bruises upon bruises, and there has also been a few broken bones involved, and that was all coming from my father. I knew it wasn't right as a little girl.
That could well be true. I'm not doubting that bit of the story. It's everything else I'm doubting.
I tried my hardest to defend my mother towards him. It was impossible. He's a big guy, really strong. He's like 6'7", and I'm just this little girl throwing fists at my father's back, trying to get him to stop, and I couldn't. I told myself I will never be with someone who lays a hand on me. I always questioned why my mom stayed with him. Like, what was the point? And she'd always say, because I love him. And I would be like, why do you love someone that, abuses you? So.
That word she used there, she's used it quite a lot on YouTube to describe scenarios that aren't abuse. So I don't think she, does she know what the word means? She uses it when she shouldn't anyway.
My first true committed relationship, I've had a lot of like random relationships, like don't even consider them though, but like my first like live-in relationship was with a girl named Cassidy. I feel very strongly about this, and I feel like it's okay for me to say her name because she's transgender now, so she's not Cassidy no longer. So I'm able to say her name because she's a once was
person. I forgot this was in this video. I don't think it's as confusing as Amber's making out. I go by Casey now. Nah, it's too confusing. It's not. Just Casey, that's it. Nah. I forgot that was in this video.
Person, like, Cassidy is no longer here anymore, obviously.
What you...
I'm not gonna say his new name because we're talking about her. Transgender talk is too confusing, so we're just gonna leave it as that.
It's too confusing. My name's Casey. What? What do you mean? It's too confusing.
So, her name was Cassidy, and it was first long distance, and I was living in Oklahoma
Forgot about
for
that.
a bit of that time when it was long distance. By the way, she lived in Arizona, but when I first started talking to her, I was in California, but then I moved to Oklahoma, and I was going to Arizona for just a month to visit her. Like, we were in love, thoroughly in love. We were together for, I want to say, about a year and a half before I went there and like stayed with her for a month. So I was there for like 2 weeks, and I called my...
Just while it's in my head, all the stuff she's about to accuse Casey of, this monster, this horrible, you know. Amber cheated on Casey with Crystal and with Julia, who was 16, who was a child, and Amber was not a child. So just while that popped in my head, yeah, Amber felt comfortable enough to cheat with at least 2 people.
My mom, and I was like, oh my god, I miss you so much, because I was living with her and my grandma at the time. And on the phone, she told me, your grandma said you can't come back to Oklahoma. You can't come live with us. And
I don't remember. Well, no, I don't remember seeing it anywhere. Amber explaining why she wasn't allowed to go back. I heard her say once or twice that the grandma said you couldn't come back. The mum didn't put up a big fight from the sounds of it, but didn't say why. She actually never. Maybe some people have seen it, but I've never seen it address why she wasn't allowed to go back. I assume because she's a nightmare and she can't get along with, well, any motherly figures especially. But I've never seen her.
and I was like, what? Like, where do I go?
Didn't say why here because she was awful.
I was really scared. I had literally nowhere to live, and Cassidy's mom was pissed because I think she knew right then and there she's gonna have to take on, like, me.
She didn't have to do anything. She did. And then Amber repaid her by being awful and not showering. Sitting on the couch, having not showered for ages. Going commando. That's how Amber repaid her.
Because I had nowhere to go. I didn't have a job because I was in Arizona just for a month. So I didn't have a job. I didn't have anywhere to go. I had no car. I had nothing. And I just got done being in a foster care. So I was like, oh my gosh, like, because being in foster care, like, you're very, like, taken care of in a sense, like, they always make sure you have a roof over your head and stuff like that. And I was like, oh my god, I'm 18, I don't know what I'm gonna do, and this whole thing. But Cassie's mom let me live there, and it was a very small apartment. I'm talking, like, I think it was like 450 square feet. There were like no...
She was so ungrateful. There's so many, all the Facebook posts from that time. Don't know how many people have seen them. It's just her complaining about living there and about Casey's mum and about Casey and being really violent and aggressive about them all. But yeah.
Doors. Cassidy and I ended up having to use the living room as our bedroom. It was just, it wasn't good, but I was so happy. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna live with my girlfriend. Like, we're so in love. It's like so amazing. And I felt blissful in a way, if that's the right word to use. Like, it just felt really good. We got along really well. And then after about, I want to say 6 months or so, things started, kind of changing and shifting.
And now here we start making stuff up.
I don't really know if I want to, like, go into, like, grave detail. We still loved each other a lot. After 6 months, we'd been together for over 2 years, and...
Oh, yeah. Started seeing Casey when Casey was 15, she was 17. She had pictures of Casey as a kid, child P. You're not allowed to have that at any age. Throw that in there.
We were living together, and...
Sounds great, Amber, doesn't she?
This and that, and I noticed we started arguing a little bit more. Just over stupid stuff. Like, and I could tell you that right now.
I wonder whose fault that was. Amber arguing with everybody. It's a BPD she blames it on now. But yeah, that was definitely
And I still remember the first time she ever got physical. We had a laundry room in the apartment complex we were living in, and we were walking to the laundry room. And I remember back then I would do our laundry for us. I didn't
No, she didn't. It's already come out that she didn't. I mean, Amber doesn't do a lot. No,
like people
no,
touching my laundry. I still really don't, but
doesn't like people touching her laundry. But was fine with Becca wiping her ass. Like, I'm not having it. Not having it. No. Like, did all the like Destiny did loads. Amber is the laziest person. Still hasn't getting the pets microchipped. How long has it been since Rarity like explored too hard? Still hasn't got the microchipped. Like, she's too lazy. She wasn't doing the laundry.
I let Destiny do it because
Oh,
I trust her. But
I let Destiny do it. I trust her.
I had this weird thing with like people touching my laundry, whatever. So,
Lie.
she was helping me carry, I guess, laundry to the laundry room. I don't remember really what we were arguing about, but I know it must have been something really stupid, probably about the laundry, blah blah blah. And she was carrying her clothes. I'm pretty sure I remember, and I was like carrying mine. And then I want to say this happened. It's been like 6-7 years, so memories are kind of like fading here and there. But I do remember us being on the sidewalk, and I remember her dropping what was in her hands, and she took me by the throat, and she started yelling at me.
I've seen when Amber accuses people, accuse Casey, accuse other people, of being awful. It's the stuff Amber does. Amber accuses people of the stuff that's true about her. So, Geordie's pale, eh? Snowflake, germs, eh? Accuse Casey of all this, and then Casey came out saying, no, you did all that stuff to me. So the thing she accuses people of, she's done. So everything she says that Casey's done to her hair, she's done it.
I was like,
Which is why I really doubt, well, one of the reasons why I really doubt all the SAS stuff she talks about. I think, especially when she was younger, I'm like, no
what?
chance. Did you do that?
And I think at the time, what shocked me the most was the fact that she was doing it in such a public place. Like, there was nobody around that I remember. And, like, I was, like, crying. Like, she literally was having me by the throat, just, like, screaming at me. And then, she let go, obviously. And I think I was so shocked and so numb to the situation that I kind of just let it be. Honestly, that is the truth.
Honestly, that's the truth. All right. I think for most people watching this, if you haven't seen this before, but you watch Amber regularly through reaction channels or whatever, I think you'll be able to tell when Amber's lying. Usually when she's talking, but you'll be able to tell when she's lying. You can tell by her body language. You can tell by her tone. All of this is nonsense. All of this is lies. I think most people will be able to tell that.
I didn't ever think twice about it. Like, oh my God, is she going to start like abusing me? Nothing like that. Which is weird because of the childhood that I came from, right? But we just went on. And she never really did that again. She would randomly like pinch me if I made her really mad. And
if you do ever see the Facebook posts, I think I've got a video somewhere of it. It's Amber who's the aggressive one. Amber is so aggressive and so angry every day. But she's trying to make out like, oh, poor me. But she was so aggressive in those Facebook posts. She's the aggressive one. She's the violent one.
I didn't even think anything of that then either.
The Casey said Amber was the one who was doing the hitting. Casey said Amber did that to Crystal. Amber did that to Jade. She's very physical when she doesn't get her own way.
Honestly.
And then flashes up DV hotlines.
I didn't at all. And I want to say, we've been together for about 3 years now at this point. And I feel myself slowly, I stopped being like sexually attracted to her.
Amber wasn't showering at this point. At any point, when has she ever showered? But messages got leaked. I'm sure most people know this, but messages got leaked that Amber sent to Casey saying, "Oh, I shower now, not like I used to be." Like she never used to shower. I mean, she doesn't. She doesn't even now. We've heard with all the Beck stuff. So her going, "I'm not really attracted." No, nobody wants to come near you when you don't wash and you go on commando on a couch, just stinking the place up. Gosh, she's never showered.
I loved her though.
Why?
I know that. I don't know if it was like a best friend thing, but I stopped just feeling that like connection, I guess. So when it came to intimacy,
Sorry, and Amber also likes to say the last time she cheated was when she was a teenager in a relationship before this. When I was a teenager, but has also admitted and forgot that she admitted that, oh yeah, she did cheat on Casey. So that story's changed over time that, yes, I cheated on Casey. No, I didn't.
I want to say about a little bit after like 2 years of being together, it started to dwindle. It was definitely my fault.
Didn't shower.
This is when things got really bad. Ugh. I don't even know how to share this, but I'm gonna have to. Destiny knows all about this, by the way. Like, it's something like I really needed to let her know about me.
No, Destiny knows what Amber told her. Honestly, if you see the Facebook posts, she's so aggressive. She's so angry. So I'm not buying any of this.
Okay, so Cassidy was very sexually strived. Like, is that even a thing? I don't know. She really thought I was attractive. She really was sexually attracted to me, and she always wanted to like have sex. And I stopped feeling that for her. Like, I didn't tell her that. I would just like make up things like,
In those messages, Amber admitted to not showering.
oh, I don't feel good, or
Oh, we would have been having sex if I had decided, like, she wouldn't shower, man.
oh,
No.
I'm on my period, like, even though I wasn't. And just little things like that. And it made her fucking pissed. When you say no to someone, whether you've been with them for like a month or whether you've been with them for like 6 years, if you say no to a sexual act, your partner should accept that. That is where I firmly stand.
Wow, what a stand that is. The stand of everybody. What? It's the way she acts like she just said something there, like, all right, well done, you.
But she didn't. And she would literally sit there and beg me. At first,
This is why, if anybody ever says, oh, the awful stuff Amber has done was years ago. I mean, it's not still going on now. But the awful stuff Amber has done was years ago. But this nearly destroyed somebody's life. And Amber still hasn't apologized for it. Still hasn't said, I'm sorry I lied. It's just there, out and out. So very scummy.
this
Very
was
scummy.
like cute little begs, like, oh, come on, baby, whatever. But then as time gradually went on, it became, you're gonna fucking touch me whether you like it or not.
That sounds like Amber. Again, in the Facebook post from that time, that sounds so much like Amber. So aggressive, swearing, threatening that she was going to punch Casey's mum's partner. I forgot his name. Was it Dave? She was aggressive about the mum. She was aggressive about Casey. She was so aggressive.
And I was like, you can't force me. And little did I know she can.
Little did I know. I've just realised that. Because I've been reading Scotty, her novel. It's bloody awful. She always jumps from past to present when she's telling a story. Just did it there.
That's when she started punching me a lot. She would aim for my belly. I don't think she ever actually hit me in the face.
I don't think she ever actually hit me in the face.
She would aim for my belly. I don't think she ever actually hit me in the face.
Okay. She doesn't think she ever actually hit her in the face. Okay.
Her favorite spot was my stomach. She would punch me really hard in my stomach. She'd punch me like around right here a lot. She'd punch me on my arms. And she would continuously do it until I agreed to make love to her or have sex, whatever you want to consider it. So not only was I being physically abused, but I was pretty much being like raped. That is what I consider it.
Now, I remember watching an episode of EWU, a crime channel, and it goes over suspects when they're getting interrogated. And one of the things it said, one of the suspects said, so pretty much happened like that. And I think they called it a qualifying statement. Like it wasn't a definitive statement. Like this is what happened, this is what didn't happen, this is what happened. And when I heard it on that EWU months back, whenever it was, this popped in my head. And I was like, oh, isn't that what Amber said? I was pretty much like, it's not a definitive
abused, but I was
Go back. Sorry.
so not only was I being physically abused, but I was pretty much being like raped. That is what I consider it, because I continuously would say no to her.
Ewa would do a great job with this. Pull this apart.
It was such like a bad, just like a bad mixture of everything, and this would go on.
Also, she doesn't even need glasses.
That's another lie. Weekly. And this would go on. This would happen probably weekly. Here are the tears. I was trying to be strong for this video. A lot of people would ask, why didn't I hit her back?
A lot of people would ask, why did, who asked you? A lot of people would ask,
why didn't I leave her in that, in that.
Just living in a fantasy. A lot of people would say to me, Amber, why don't you get out of there? Again, it's another fantasy novel that she's wrote.
Stance. I loved her. At the time, I was confused.
No, she didn't. She just needed a place to stay. She was cheating on Casey with multiple partners. She was so aggressive again on Facebook, just saying awful things about Casey and the whole family. No, she didn't love her. She just had to live somewhere. And as soon as she found somebody else, Crystal saying, you can live here, she was off.
I didn't love her like as a girlfriend. I just loved her as a person. She was that first true relationship I was in, and we had such amazing times that I just felt like maybe one day she'll stop being like this. Maybe one day she'll stop forcing me to have sex with her. One day she'll stop hitting me. And
that's Amber's infamous fake crying voice when she does that tone. We've seen her when she is genuinely upset, and it's nothing like that. It's what you would expect from anybody when they're upset. This is a fake upset voice. It's very cringy when I hear it. It makes me.
As many times as I felt like, okay, maybe things will change, it just kept getting worse and worse after that moment. Like, not only was she hitting me because I wouldn't have sex with her, she was hitting me if I wouldn't do the dishes on time. She would push me up against counters. And one thing she never did was she never, called me names. Never. And I was like...
That's a lie. We found that ages ago on an Ask If Emma somewhere, saying she would call her names. I'll not be able to find it now, but anyway.
Living in that, lie. Moment of sticks and stones may break our bones.
Sticks and stones may what?
I was, living in that, moment of sticks and stones may break our bones.
Sorry, sticks and stones may break my bones. A rare moment of levity in this one.
Words will never hurt me type of thing. Where it's like, okay, hitting people, blah, 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 but if, she started emotionally hurting me, then I should leave. I was just in a very unhealthy situation. And as time went on, I really wanted to leave. That was when I met Crystal online.
After Julia, the child, to go along with the rest of the creepy stuff.
Just kind of fatefully happened. I was not looking for a relationship. I was in a relationship.
She was already in one with Julia and then another one.
Relationship. Me and Crystal became really good friends, and then I started realizing, Crystal is what I need in my life, not Cassidy.
Crystal has more money in a bigger house.
She's abusive, and...
Imagine that you let somebody begging, I've got nowhere to stay, my grandma's kicked me out, and Casey manages to convince his mum, go on, let Amber stay. And this is how Amber repays them. Facebook, complaining, threatening to attack them, threatening to punch them, all this stuff. So aggressive. I can't tell you, honestly, man, so aggressive. And then this. And then would later come out saying, oh, I didn't say your name, Casey. I didn't think anybody would find you. Didn't think there'd be any consequences.
Not only is she abusive physically, but she's abusive, sexually. And
why did she delete this one, then? I mean, obviously it's nonsense. It's all lies, but... She deleted the Libby stuff because it looked really bad for her. And she deleted this one as well because no one believed it.
That is not okay.
It's a bad look.
I remember one time particular when we weren't arguing about anything sexual or whatever. I don't remember what the argument was. I know her mom was home. Her mom was in her room, a very small apartment, so we were like arguing in whispers, like so she couldn't hear. But I'm pretty sure she got the gist of it because Cassidy started hitting me really hard. It was probably one of the worst ever. And I was kind of just like, you know, blocking myself, or at least trying to. And Cassidy's mom came in, and all she said is, "Cassidy, what are you doing?" And then walked away.
Casey, what are you doing? It makes about as much sense as our stories. It's nonsense.
The whole time I lived there, I really hoped
If
that
you haven't been watching or listening to the Scotty read through we've been doing, it's all about underage stuff like that. It's proper sick, man.
there was a moment where Cassidy's mom would see. I thought maybe she'd be my hero and like somehow change the way Cassidy treated me. I thought maybe, you know,
After moving in with Crystal, a lot longer after moving out of Casey's, Amber was sending Casey Facebook friend requests and trying to be pally and chatty and asking for sex tips. It's just like everything about like it's all lies, all the aggressive Facebook stuff, all the messages to Casey afterwards, just like and this like all that stuff was ages ago. Could have ruined someone's, could have taken someone's
her
life.
and I would become closer because she saw I was in an abusive relationship, because me and Cassidy's mom were never close. And she didn't do anything about it. And oh yeah, to answer the question of like why didn't I ever hit her
Eye roll, ankle style.
back, because my brother used to hit me a lot when I was a teenager, when I was like 16. My brother is a year younger than me, but he's strong. Like, he might be my little brother, but
When Amber was a kid, she admitted to bullying the younger, smaller kids, breaking the glasses, bullying the younger kids. When she was 16, her and her mates beat up a girl and stole her shoes. So she's always been a bully. And that was when she was 16, 17, 16. Beat up that kid and then moved in with Casey at 18 and was still a bully. Still a bully.
he's my big brother, you know? And he would hit me a lot. And I know it's because he has anger issues. He saw how my dad was with my mom and this and that. And that's just what he did. And he would emotionally fuck me up in the head. He did a lot. Like, I felt like my own brother hated me for a while there, but that's a whole other subject. But when he first started hitting me, I would hit him back for like self-defense. And it just made him more angry and more mad. And the punches got worse, the bruises got darker. And I didn't want that with Cassidy. I was scared. I was way too scared to hit back. So
I'll say it again. Maybe I'll find them, I'm not sure. I was way too scared to hit back. Amber was the one online at this time when she was saying Casey. She was the one threatening to punch everybody in that house. I was too scared to punch back. She was the one threatening to attack everybody.
did. I think what drew the line with me and Cassidy was
Doesn't even need glasses.
her
Insane.
mom. This was like one of the worst nights in the world. Like, I
Wiping
can't
away
even.
out.
Okay, Cassidy was mad about something. She pushed me up against the counter. She got a knife and was throwing it in my face and saying she was gonna stab me. I was like, yeah, right. Like,
So this relationship with Casey starts off small, bigger and bigger, and gets worse and worse and worse to the point now she's got a knife in front of Amber, and Amber's like, yeah, whatever. None of this makes a lick of sense.
and then she started really hitting me, like, in my chest.
Where's the knife? Did he put the knife down? Like,
and kind of like in my boobs. And Cassidy's mom came out and blamed it all on me. And then Cassidy's mom threw this like big clear ashtray right to my head. It hurt so bad. And in that moment, I was like, why am I here?
again, Amber accuses people of things that she's done. We know she likes to throw things. Code Red. Said when she was in foster care, she threw things. No, No, nobody threw anything at your head and went,
what am I doing? For a little bit.
anybody who sets boundaries she doesn't like, which is why she doesn't like parents, which is why she doesn't like motherly figures, stepmothers, anybody's partner's mother, because they set boundaries and rules. So of course she hated being at Casey's because the mum had rules, had boundaries. So why am I here with rules and boundaries? Did better at Crystal's because there were less rules, clearly. But even then, she was shouting at the parents.
But there, I kind of felt like I was trapped in a cage. I loved this girl, but I didn't love her right. Everything about it was unhealthy. It is so hard to describe. The only people who can feel this way and understand what I'm saying is people who have been in an abusive relationship. It is as much as like your boyfriend or your girlfriend will hit you, you still love them.
There's the fake. There's the fake TikTok acting. She doesn't know how to be a real person. Her whole life is just a performance, and it's rubbish.
It's like your boyfriend or your girlfriend will hit you, you still love them.
You still love them.
It's so unhealthy, and I just want to tell you guys from firsthand that if anyone emotionally hurts you, sexually hurts you, or physically hurts you, don't stand for it.
All the abuse Amber's been doing to people, and when victims comes out, it's so big. That's why it's getting so long, because there's just so much abuse from Amber towards Beck. A ridiculous amount, man. Like, there's no denying what she is. A whole history of being just a bully. But this moment you were all shy and quiet, but all the rest you were a but. Nah, not buying it.
Don't, because it ruined you, and through everything, like, you find it so hard to trust people, and it's so hard to open up, and you have this like guard up that could really just.
You really talk like that? Oh, the crying voice, but no tears.
Your world, and it just, it's not
rubbing away at nothing.
Good. It's not, and I know how hard it is. Like, if you're in an abusive relationship, I know how hard it is, because you trust in your heart and in your soul that they'll change, and you start to kind of accept the love you think you deserve, and I promise you so much that you deserve so much more.
Oh, there's that standard up wanting to be a spokesperson for the thing. Like I said, I don't know how many people. I don't think everyone is saying this. And what just popped in my head there, I was just listening to the Ankle. And I know he's been doing his retro reacts. I mean, doesn't have to obviously, but I hope he watches this, because he's more ruthless than me. He says anything. Doesn't have to, but hopefully he does, because he'll be better than me. He'll go nuts.
Then
he's
what you're getting, nobody, and I mean nobody, deserves to be hit by their boyfriend or girlfriend or their wife or.
How many people have accused Amber of doing that?
Husband. Nobody. And I feel like a lot of the time, since I am a lesbian, like, abusive relationships in like the lesbian community aren't as like, what's the word for it? Aren't as like, oh no, compared to like if you're in a heterosexual relationship, but it's just the same. Like, or if it's two guys, like, you should not be hurt. Like, God, I'm just so grateful that I left that unhealthy environment. And I just want to say, Crystal never physically hurt me.
But you did a Crystal. She has no. Just happily does this. All these lies. I didn't think Casey would find out. And even afterwards, didn't have any guilt. That's the thing with narcissists and people like this. No guilt for being horrendous. Hey man, it's awful. I know later Amber will come out and go, okay, I guess it wasn't quite grape. You can't. Oh God. I forgot about Rain and Petals, man. Of course. Oh no, we'll have to watch Rain and Petals next. Forgot about
Destiny never physically hurts me, and I feel like that is the most precious gift. That's sad to say, but
shut up.
I've been through such freaking hell, in my whole life, that, you know, being
What do you
with
want from
someone
me?
who actually doesn't want to hurt me, that feels awesome, because I feel like every kind of relationship I've been in my life, whether it be like with my brother or like a
I know wifey would never come out. Doesn't want to be part of the Amberverse. Rightfully so, I get it. But if wifey did, like, there's another person to just say, like, no, Amber is the one who does all this crap. And again, with Crystal, if Crystal came forward, there would be another, like, saying, yeah, did this to me. But you can't expect them to join this weird, horrible world. But
friend, I feel like whatever it may be, they've hurt me in some type of way, and it's almost like they got off on it and enjoyed it. But I'm stronger than that, and I know what is right and what is wrong, and I will learn a lot. I have learned a lot being with Cassidy, and if you guys are wondering, yes, she is now a he, and it's been a long time, 6 years since I was with her, and we talk on Facebook here and there, and things are very different. And
if you've seen the messages Amber sent Casey and the replies back from Casey, it's pretty clear who doesn't want any part of this. Casey's the one going, what are you doing? What do you want? What's going on? Amber just, I shower now. More lies.
she regrets everything she did.
Regrets everything he did. Didn't get that sense in the Facebook messages. None of that nonsense. No. Such God. Amber's totally okay doing this, and totally okay never coming out and apologising. And that's one of the reasons why it's the big one for me. Why I'll never forgive it, or I want an arc anymore. Why I'll never want an arc, and why a lot of people will never be a fan of her. Because Amber's still got this, and it was ages ago. Still nearly ruined someone's life completely and hasn't apologised for it. So you can't just have this floating around the internet and go, well, it was a while ago.
I'm at that point where I might cry about it now, but I've healed.
You didn't cry here. She didn't cry here. No tears, despite this.
I have, but it's definitely like memories that make me sad, but I've healed from it, and I'm stronger because of it, and I've learned because of it, and I know that the bad in my life made me wiser, and I'm able to key into people more.
Shut up.
I'm rambling.
Shut up. End the video.
Relationship, you're not alone. I've been there, and you deserve so much more for yourself. And I just figured I'd share this story.
Get some sympathy
with you guys, because that is a big part of my life.
Shed no tears.
Me and Cassidy were together for 4 years before I.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot this was the video where she does all that. I knew it was the false grape video. Forgot it was the whole once was person nonsense.
Closing the door. I'm done. There for 4 years before I was like, closing the door. I'm done. So, and that also goes for like if you're forced in a relationship to have sex.
Shut up. Okay.
Not okay, and I will consider it rape, because it does not matter at all that if we were in a relationship or that we're lesbian, she forced me.
Sure, I'll have to block some words, but you'll know what they are. Sorry, after.
And a lot of people can question, how is that possible? It's very possible. And it made me feel so like degrading and gross and grummy, and
but not Sharon's, alright.
I'm done. But
done with my story.
I just figured I'd share this with you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was like very crazy, and it's not normal.
Oh my god, are we gonna do random petals after this? I think we are. Since wanna roll with this stuff. It was the deleting the Libby stuff and all the accusations that are coming out about with that stuff. So that just yeah. It all fits, doesn't it?
Something I upload onto YouTube, but I want to try, sharing more about my past with you guys to make you understand a little bit more of why I am who I am today. So,
a liar.
I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, you guys. So I'm
not doing it again. Are there any comments? There are. I never thought of doing the comments. I'm dead at the dry ass tears. She keeps right around that. Other people notice that. I was like, there's nothing there. There's a camera. This isn't a play where you can pretend, and we all like pretend with you. The punches got worse. The bruises became darker. Where did she find this line from? I don't believe a word. No. There's so many examples of her lying. Makes so many lies, hundreds of lies. About here she's telling the truth. Nah, no chance, man. It's such a serious offence, so for her to lie about it is extremely disgusting. How many comments are there? Yeah, also plenty of people will have seen this. This is an insult to real survivors. Yeah. She has serious issues. She's got really serious issues. Absolutely nuts, man. That she's annoyed that you have this video. She'd be really annoyed that somebody has this video. She deleted it. Didn't want anyone seeing it, talking about it. Okay. Being a former victim. I might read a few comments actually instead of just one or two. Being a former victim of DV. Myself, this is infuriating. She's saying things she thinks a victim would think or say. To lie about something that traumatic and slander Casey's name is disgusting. Every time you think she can't sink any lower, she comes out with something new. That is true. Terrible fake crying. I think it was the worst fake crying she's ever done, you know. I think it is. I don't know if I want to share this, but I might have to. I thought about that. I noticed that one. Disgusting giggle before lying about, yeah. You can tell she was lying of this. It's in the body language and how she's speaking of it as someone being sexually and physically this struck a nerve. This is why people hate big. I think it's the biggest reason, isn't it? All the lies and all the weird, horrible little things, but I think this is the big one. She had real raw emotion when talking about her brother's abuse, but was completely emotionless while talking about Casey. I noticed that. I don't understand how you would live with someone's mother and have her pay the bills without having a job or offering to help, and then just go on Facebook threatening to punch them. She really thought I was attractive. She was really sexually attracted to me. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Oh, there you go. I would love to know what she did to get kicked out from the grandmas. No. Yeah, address that. What happened there? Gosh, she was awful. She kept getting kicked out everywhere. And different foster home. Like nobody wants her. Nobody ever wants her to get rid of it. She's too much. She's too much. Even a feeder who doesn't even like the person they're feeding, just likes the look. Even Amber was too much for that. Who's freaking grandma? Grandma kicks them out of the house. You have to be seriously toxic. She's always been that way. Always been that way. And that's why I do the Ask FMs, because it just shows you. She's always been a horrible bully. Only she was the abuse, yeah. Thank you for posting this. I was disgusted when she deleted this video trying to hide her lies. Lies. Thank you for saying this example. Right. Go on, we'll do one more. This is truly disgusting how someone can lie about without having the smallest bit of remorse. You don't know what it's like to have to go through that pain, and for you to pretend like it happened to you is disgraceful. I can't disgrace. I can't think of a big enough word to describe how awful it is, how disgraceful it. I can't think of it. And to also lie about being, honestly, I don't know how you sleep at night. These things emotionally scar people, and you can't fake it. That's like lying about someone dying. It's really disgusting. She did that. She lied about her dad dying. I think most people know that by now. My dad died, did he? No. Right, I'll end it there. She has a storytelling tone, not one associated with memory. Been meaning to do a video for ages about Amber's lies and how to spot them, but on the big list. Anyway, I just thought I bet a lot of people haven't seen that. The accusations about Libby and all the kid stuff, the weird stuff in her stories, and I just thought, she deleted this one, and it's awful, and it fits with all the awful stuff. Next, we'll have to do Rain and Petals. Sorry, we're gonna have to listen to that next. That classic slam poetry, just to see how our crazy mind works. Thanks for watching. Sorry, it was a horrible one. There you go. If you haven't seen it before, there you go. Big liar. Right, and that's the main reason why I think me and most people dislike it. Anyway, thanks for watching.